What is going on, summoners? We're back here today with another champion deep dive. She's a brilliant ancient witch who commands the dark arts, manipulates reality, and possesses centuries of lethal mystic knowledge. That's right, we're talking about Agatha Harkness. Agatha enters the contest with immunity to armor break effects, and her medium attacks are non-contact. Additionally, against cosmic opponents, while Agatha or her opponent has 2 or more buffs, she gains an indefinite steadfast passive. When either champion intercepts or punishes a special attack, she gains a 5% amplify passive for 15 seconds. These are refreshed when gaining a new one, and they max out at 5 stacks. Agatha doesn't gain the traditional benefits from the Mystic Dispersion Mastery. Instead, she passively gains 3% of her max power when a buff on the opponent is nullified, staggered, or expires naturally. Don't worry though, each rank in the Mystic Dispersion Mastery increases the potency of her personal burst damage, but more on that later. Agatha's combat power rate is reduced by 30%, but when striking or when struck by basic attacks, she power steals 1% of the opponent's max power. This effect does not trigger against an opponent with 3 bars. When Agatha well-timed blocks, or when she punishes a special, she destroys an immortality, unstoppable, or safeguard buff, replacing it with a rubble buff for 10 seconds. Now, on activation of her Special 1, she inflicts a 50% non-stacking atrophy passive for 15 seconds. Additionally, her Special 1 summons a Rune Prison in the fighting stage if it is not already active. The Rune Prison is an area effect placed by Agatha for 15 seconds, paused during special attacks. As a defender, if the Rune Prison is not active, Agatha is more likely to activate her Special 1. It cannot be placed in the corner, but while inside, neither champion can be pushed by strikers, heavies, lights, or special attacks. While the opponent is inside, they're inflicted with a 20% atrophy passive, and all other atrophy effects on them are paused. When an atrophied opponent gains a power gain, fury, precision, cruelty, or armor up buff, Agatha copies the buff. The copied buff scales with her own stats and lasts for the base duration lost to atrophy, or 15 seconds if the buff was indefinite. Each of these buffs max out at 5 stacks. While Agatha is inside the Rune Prison, her buff duration is increased by 45%. And for each active personal amplify, she gains an additional 5% amplify passive. Now, once per activation of the Rune Prison, if the opponent attempts to leave it, Agatha pauses it for 5 seconds. And, as a defender, the opponent is also passively rooted for 5 seconds. While either champion is inside the Rune Prison, Agatha's basic attacks pause her personal amplifies for 0.5 seconds and deal a burst of energy damage. This damage is multiplied by Agatha's ability power rate, up to 200%. If Agatha has gained 2 bars of power from her ability power rate, her Special 2 and 3 gain empowered properties, and then the power counter resets. Power gained while in the Rune Prison counts 3 times as much. On activation of an empowered special attack, Agatha inflicts a non-stacking energy vulnerability passive lasting for the duration of the special, plus 6 seconds per level of the special attack. Additionally, each hit deals a burst of damage, dealing a combined total of energy damage per level of the special multiplied by Agatha's ability power rate, up to 200%. As a defender, this scales with only 30% of Agatha's base attack. And if the special was empowered, this effect can trigger through block. After her Special 2 or 3, the Rune Prison is paused for an additional 5 seconds. With her Awakened ability, her energy vulnerabilities gain up to 33% increased potency. And against non-science champions, Agatha passively regenerates up to 85% of all damage taken from Incinerate, Nova Flame, and blocked hits while suffering from either of these effects. Also, after Agatha is intercepted by a basic attack, she activates a combo interruption passive, knocking herself down. This has a cooldown of 10 seconds. Now, let's take her out for a spin in the champion rotation. To begin, strike the opponent to start building your power. Try to weave in some intercepts while you build to your special 1, so you can start stacking those amplifies. Once above a bar, activate your special 1 to place your rune prison. From here, make sure to stay in the rune prison as much as possible to maximize your damage. Continue striking the opponent to steal their power, and once you've built up enough to empower your special attack, launch your special 2 and watch those bursts ensue chaos upon your opponent. Now, if the opponent isn't already knocked out, just continue the process until they are. Keep in mind, Agatha is a magic thief. When an atrophied opponent gains one of her listed buffs, she gains a copy and becomes that much stronger. She also destroys some of the opponent's buffs, rendering them as useless as rubble as she ensures her opponent's timely demise. Thank you for watching this champion deep dive for Agatha Harkness. And hey, if you liked the video and want to see more, click subscribe, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't already, join the official Marvel Contest of Champions Discord and come discuss. And remember, we'll see you in the Battle Realm.